A method that I used very successfully for many, many years when I had to instruct volunteers on expeditions about jungle safety, hygiene, fauna, flora, nature. These facts can often be very dry and sometimes quite boring, and my way of getting the facts across to people was to put it in anecdotal story form, verbally. And it would hold their attention, and because sometimes they were funny or exciting, they'd remember the facts and figures. And I thought, because I want to continue to reach young audiences, young adults, and get the message about conservation and environment out, but I'm no longer involved directly hands-on in expedition work, I thought the best way to do that would be to write it down and use the same technique, but in book form. So that's what I'm doing now with Bodhi, and I'm hoping that the same technique will work. The first book is titled Bodhi and the Lost Temple of King Nanchancaan. It's quite a long title, but it's a very unusual title. The first book's set in Belize in Central America. It's a very, very small country that's bordered by Guatemala and a little south of Mexico. And the reason it's such an incredible country is because 70% of the country is still forested. Now the first book, Adventure, takes place there, and the reader will go on an expedition with Bodhi, who is obviously a sentient Land Rover, i.e. alive. But the expedition leader, Alex, who drives Bodhi, doesn't know that his Land Rover is a sentient being. Now, Bodhi's been given life by Gaia, the Earth, and Bodhi's on a mission for Gaia to redress the balance and try to create more balance because we're doing such a lot of negative stuff, damage, etc. Now, Bodhi and Alex wind up in Belize, and they work in partnership with a local teenage boy, Belizean boy, teenager. And they conduct many conservation and ecological environmental projects that relate to what's going on in Belize right now. Actual projects that do exist now. Reforestation projects, jaguar preservation projects to try and people that are trying to support and help maintain healthy populations of jaguar. Jaguar wildlife corridor, where the animals can move freely from one area of the country to another. Jabiru storks, hawksbill turtles, lots and lots of different projects that they work on in the book. But their main task that they've been given is to find a temple that's been lost in northwestern Belize. And this is the temple of King Nanchancaan. Now, King Nanchancaan is actually a real character, a real person, real historical figure, I should say, more accurately. The reason King Nanchancaan is so important is because his daughter, Princess Zazil Ha, married a Spanish conquistador who took the side of the Maya in the battle against the Spanish occupation of their lands. And their children were the first mestizo people in Central America. So culturally and historically, he's a very, very important figure, King Nanchancaan, because he resisted the Spanish invasion. And he has this very interesting side issue with his son-in-law and his daughter Zazil Ha. So we try to bring in some of that concept and the amazing Maya civilization and what they were capable of into the book. I don't want to spoil it too much, but they're looking. Emil and Alex have to verify this is actually indeed King Nanchancaan's lost temple for the story, obviously, and that inside this temple are hidden some archaeological treasures. But of course, there's bad guys, and the bad guys want to get their hands on the archaeological treasures because they're worth a lot on the black market. At the end of the book, the reader should come away with a lot of knowledge about the fauna and flora, the animals and the plants, the people, the cultures, because it's a very interesting country. It's got lots of different cultures, lots of different languages spoken there. And hopefully they'll have learned something at the end of the book about that, and also have been on an exciting adventure with them. My other hope is that it'll inspire people to actually go and visit Belize, because it's an incredible country. And the more people that go and visit it and support the tourism industry and sustainable tourism initiatives, the better, because it'll help the Belizean people. And that means it'll help the jaguar and the jungle and everything in it. So that's my hope with the first book.